Ismail Abdul-Salam, BeatsBoxingMayhem.com, here with champion Shakur Stevenson going for his second belt against Jamel Herring on October 23rd. We just wrapped up the press conference. He was real chatty with him at the face-off. I wanted to get an idea what you were saying to him up there.
I was just telling him to beat him up. I had to look him in his eyes and let him know that I'm going to beat him up. So I just didn't want him thinking like, we had the press conference and I ain't saying too much. I'm just, trying to be humble.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if I say something on social media or anywhere else, I'm going to be able to say it to you, to your face. So I had to let him know that. And that's mainly what I was really telling him.
Gotcha. Now, Bob Aaron mentioned that he feels the narrative has changed on Jamel because he knocked out Frampton as far as his power. Are you a believer in his power, or do you think it's because Frampton was just a smaller guy?
I think he got some thump, but I don't think it's like no serious power. I think with Frampton is a small dude coming up from 118. Like, he's a little dude. And he ended up coming up to 130 to fight Jamel. And with Jamel, it's like he's been at 141 in the Olympics, and he's a big guy coming down to fight smaller dudes. So at the end of the day, I feel like he was a bully compared to Frampton, and that was bound to happen.
Gotcha. Now, he has mentioned that he's been sticking around at this weight to try and get a big fight. The big fight is here with you. So you still expect to be the stronger man in there, being that you're a naturally bigger guy?
Yeah, I'm not naturally the bigger guy, but I feel like I'm physically going to be the stronger man. I feel like physically he's not that strong. I feel like he's mentally weak, and I feel like his inside game is a little suspect. So at the end of the day, when we get in there, I'm going to be able to show it. I feel like I said, on the inside, he grabs, he don't know how to punch, he don't know how to hold his own on there, and I feel like I'm going to show a lot that night.
That's interesting because him being the Marine, what makes you feel like he's mentally weak?
2 fights ago. They try to compare it, like when he was saying, I had a bad fight and Tim was talking about me, and he had a bad fight and Tim was talking about him. But the difference with them fights is I dominated every round. I won every round. I did what I had to do to win.
Right.
Not once did I go in there and say, oh, I'm done or I quit or anything like that. When he fought, what's that guy named? The smaller dude. I forgot his name.
Where the headbutt happened?
Yeah, with a headbutt.
Okay.
He asked Bomac to stop the fight. He clearly asked Bomac, I'm done, like telling him I'm done. So at the end of the day, I saw quit. I saw you could say he's a Marine and he should be mentally strong and all that stuff, but I seen a quitter. Yeah, okay. I seen a quitter at the end of the day. So once I seen that let me know everything I need to see.
Gotcha.
Behind the ring.
So I also wanted to ask you, as far as the Atlanta market, you said you spend a lot of time down here in Atlanta. You already kind of know, because Tank is fought down here, there's going to be comparisons. Yeah. Even though your fighter is a better fighter than who's Tank fought down here so far.
I don't think you could do that though. At the end of the day, I feel like Tank older, Tank. He be in the clubs out here. He got a certain lifestyle out here.
Right.
He lived out here. Like, Tank actually lived here. People didn't know that. Like, he lived in Atlanta. So I think like the comparisons shouldn't be. You shouldn't compare right now. I think that you should let me build a fan base here first and get settled into Atlanta, and then you'll be able to compare it. But at the end of the day, later on, I think I'm gonna be able to show that I'm gonna be a big star one day, and fights like this is gonna help me get there.
Gotcha. All right, so last question. It sounds like when you're talking about him being mentally weak, that you're going to put on a great performance. It sounds like we're going to get a knockout. Do you feel confident that you're going to be able to stop him based on your styles?
I'm not calling no knockout out. I don't like calling knockouts. I feel like that make me perform bad going in there to look for the knockout. I can expose his weakness without even getting a knockout. But at the end of the day, if it comes, it comes. I'm not going in there to force it. It's going to be a fight, and I know he got a great team behind him. So they're going to fully prepare him to be in the best shape as possible. And it's going to be the same here.
First thing you're going to say to Bomac after the fight?
I told you.
Appreciate you, Shakur. Take care.